Welcome to the Future Dispute Resolution Conference at the historic Peace Palace in The Hague, June 2025. Through this series, we're honored to host a remarkable assembly of experts, all converging to share insights and foster innovation on and shape the future of dispute resolution. Come join us. I'm here today with
Sophie Nappert. I am an arbitrator. I'm based in London, although Canadian originally. And for the immediate purposes, I'm very involved at the intersection of what I do, which is dispute resolution, and legal technology. And I've co-founded a platform called ArbTech for this purpose, to have this dialogue. I was very excited about this conference because it's a forward-looking conference, and it's also very open about ideas to make the arbitration process more suited to the 21st century. There are two biggest takeaways for me. The first one is that artificial intelligence is something that we have to live with and that can help us in a great way, but lawyers are still fearful of it, and so we need more of exactly these events in order to breed familiarity with a tool that is very important. That's the first takeaway. The second takeaway that was important to me is that dispute resolution offering should be more fluid, should not be so static. Mediation, arbitration, adjudication, all of these are components that are important and that are really helpful to parties who want to transact and put disputes behind them. And so the fluidity of it is something that we're looking forward to in the future. It's very important because it allows people to understand what technology means in their daily lives, in the practice of arbitration. And it also allows a dialogue that is very important to make sure that everyone understands where the pain points are, and that we can stand in front of the users, the clients, and say, we understand how best to make this process reflect what you need.
Can you share a little bit about where we are today and what we're doing here?
So today we are in this exciting space, and we are attending a hackathon that is organized by Wolters Kluwer and the AAA. And a hackathon really is a meeting of technology and the lawyers, the practitioners of law, in order to identify the flows of the arbitration process that can be made less painful, less 18th century. It's a giant brainstorming session. There's a lot of energy in the room. And this afternoon, we're going to have a pitch of what those ideas are, what came out of today's brainstorming, and it's going to be a winner. We have several teams, like maybe, 10 or 12 teams that have designers, coders, engineers, but also obviously lawyers who are all sort of trying to understand each other. And that's quite interesting. And that is, I think, the magic of the hackathon is what comes out of that dialogue and that sort of bringing together of ideas. My view is that hackathons are going to be the conferences of the future. What we did yesterday is one half of it. We talked about concepts, we talked about difficulties, but also opportunities, but it was very conceptual. Today, we're looking at what happens in practice. When you put these concepts on the table and you say, well, I need to have a better way of dealing with the document production, for example. And then you have an engineer and a designer who are there and say, okay, let me build that for you. That to me is a natural evolution of what we did yesterday. I think this also breeds energy and freshness into the conference mode. They're much more exciting than they used to be. They're more conversational, they're more visual. And it's a nice way of bringing together the lawyers with the technologists. And I think both sides really need to speak to each other, and that's fantastic. You should attend because you need to be a part of this. I think as a practitioner of law and of arbitration, you need to understand where things are at, even if you may not yourself be particularly technology orientated, because if you go online and you start looking for these things, there is a very varying quality of information out there. And what you find in an event like today and yesterday is a quality of information and accuracy that's very important, and that your clients, the people you serve, are going to expect from you.
This is the Future Dispute Resolution Conference. I'm Janet Miranda, and this is
Sophie Nappert.
Stay tuned for more. Inspired by what you've seen? Join us and help shape what's next. Follow along, and for more details or to get involved, check the link in the lower left. The future is waiting. See you at the next conference.